I've talked about a ton of plants that I grow because they're just so cool. But there are some things I grow because they're just so useful. They have so much utility. And sometimes they deserve recognition too. For the past 2.5 years, I'd had large tomato bushes growing in this garden. But they'd reached a point where they were overtaxing the soil, overgrowing the fences, tangling with each other, making it impossible to weed beneath them, and becoming more and more work for less produce. So I went ahead and pulled them out, which I was planning to do in a month or so anyway. Now late next month, I can go plant that area full of bok choy and cabbage and keep it producing. The question is what to do with it until then. I could just cover it to keep weeds from growing, or let it lie fallow. But I've added some compost and bone meal, and the soil's in great shape. Instead, I'm gonna plant a real handy little crop, the radish. Radishes are great at outcompeting most weeds, which is what makes them such effective cover crops. But many varieties also mature incredibly quickly. I'm using a mix of white icicle and cherry bell varieties, which both are ready to harvest in 3 to 4 weeks. Now that quick maturation makes them uniquely suited to this role as a placeholder. By the time those off-season crops are ready to go into the ground, I'll have a nice big crop of radishes ready and won't have missed a week of utility from that patch of soil. Aside from microgreens, which are cool but not very cost effective at scale, there isn't anything that even competes with radishes in seed to harvest time. You should always keep some radish seeds on hand. You never know when you might have a garden space that's going to sit empty for a month. They're not particularly nutrient hungry and they don't take up a whole lot of space, so they're good at fitting in between other crops. They're just the perfect supporting castmate to your garden. So try them out and check back for more great home farming tips.